And we are live once again in the Fragonationals. I'm young Peen, and today we're going to be taking care of basically all of the last Group A matches. If you are unaware of what's happened in the tournament, Osteoporosis, Suco de Laranja, and Team Worldwide all had the same 3-1 record in the end. And so we're doing a bunch of quick elimination matches so that we can see who's heading on to the playoffs and who's getting knocked out. Because only 2 of these 3 teams can keep going. And on the first match, we're going to have Suco de Laranja, which is Pessoa, Risen, and Familia versus Osteoporosis, who has a Phil, 45 auto, and their 2 original players, Sorry, who's Kibble Kid, and Woomy. Now, last time these 2 teams fought, it was a match that went to Suco de Laranja. But this time around, it's actually the first of 4 wins to take a map, and you have to win 2 maps in order to go all the way. All three maps have already been chosen. I believe first is here on Desperados. Second map, I believe, is on not Fistful. It's on Sweetwater. And on third map, we have Flood Rock. If we get to that point, I believe that's the first time Flood Rock will be played in this tournament. And we're going to start it off first of 4. So these teams have to play faster and a little more aggressive in order to keep the same pacing that they're normally there. They can't afford to try timing out their opponents because there's fewer rounds. Ooh, 45 auto finds Pessoa. And all 3 of the Desperados are here. Osteoporosis with a commanding lead. And as you may notice, we have in the spectator Team Worldwide. They are currently watching this map along with the rest of you, and so they know what they're up against and who they're up against. Ooh. And it looks like Pai de Familia will also go down after taking out Woomy, who is hanging outside. 45 auto in a little bit of trouble with his health. Ooh. Trying to find Risen and not get picked. Ooh. And 45 goes down after getting 2 amazing kills. First match is going to Suco de Laranja. Obviously, what a juggernaut of a team they've been the entire preseason. And really, it's all just down to if 45 auto and Osteoporosis can squeak out a few victories, maybe take both maps. If they do that, they basically have a commanding lead and a free ticket to the playoffs. This is going to be their hardest challenge because this is the team they lost to in the preseason, where I believe they beat Team Worldwide. 45 auto finds Pessoa. It's Risen. Risen versus Sorry. And Risen finds him. Kibble Kid goes down. Suco de Laranja 2-0. They're up. And as we've noticed, it's not like Osteoporosis isn't putting up a fight. Both rounds have gone to last person. But the survivability of Osteoporosis is not going to get any better as they fall to this commanding lead. Meaning they need to come up with a better strategy. Risen playing so hard right now. He is on top of his game. And it seems like Risen all alone by the red chest. Maybe we're going to see a weapon be pulled out now. And it is. It's a portable whiskey jug. We're going to see maybe a little medic action from the final survivor. And this is an interesting choice indeed, because instead of getting a coach gun or something to protect themselves, Risen went for medic style. Both the teammates of Risen have been consistently dying, and he drops the medic anyways. So the whiskey jug thrown away instantly. Didn't see any use whatsoever. And it seems like Risen is in a little bit of a tough spot. Gets shot once. Ooh, if any of these mares like shots connect. Ooh, back at 100 health. Risen really utilizing. If he can get both picks here, it's gonna be game. That's one. Ooh, but Risen goes down and Osteoporosis takes the first victory of this set. Worldwide, watching in awe as these teams go head-to-head and realize how close it is. Now, it's very strange because normally we see these roles reversed. Normally we see Woomy on a real good kill streak or a great game. Normally we see Pai de Familia with a much stronger game, but right now it's 45 Auto, who's the fill for Osteoporosis, and Risen, who's normally the survivor and backline player, who are the top fraggers of both teams. And it's 3-1, so Osteoporosis needs to either go all out or conserve their energy because they need to play another match after this. They need to play another map. Pai de Familia finds 45. Hyped Woomy finds 2. Maybe bit off more than they can chew here. Going for a heal and gets picked by Risen using double pistols. And Pessoa is just chilling. Ooh, maybe gonna find a pick here. Both Pessoa and Risen survivors, whereas Hyped once again goes down. It's down to Kibble Kid again to survive. Now, where is Kibble Kid? They need to be very careful. Go. In a death ball strat, but little do they know, Suco de Laranja is known for picking apart death balls and singling out the 1 weak unit. And Pessoa gets that final pick. First match goes to Suco de Laranja. And what a beauty. As I was saying it, Suco de Laranja is so good at taking out survivors who are alone, and even with a teammate backing them up, because they can just laser focus, just zoom in onto that one person and take them out, and them specifically. And they don't fall victim to any death ball strats. You need to play it different. You need to play more of a tendril strat. And what a nice environmental barrel kill in the end with that explosion. That was pretty nice. I have to give that to Pessoa Insignificante because they weren't showing up until the end there, but that was a very good pick. Well, ladies and gentlemen, forget what I was saying before because now we're on match 2 where we have Suco de Laranja fighting Osteoporosis once again. And this time it seems that Woomy is going to sit out because another member of Osteoporosis has arrived, Hedonite. So, after the first match on Desperados went to Suco de Laranja, we're now trying to see if Osteoporosis can catch up again or if they're going to get 2-0'd. And as the teams warm up here, we are constantly reminded that it does take a few different map changes for everybody to get to their places. I mean, it's not like acting. We're not asking for people to go stage right. It's just, you know, be on the correct of 2 teams over a 2-minute period. It's it shouldn't be that hard. And here, ooh, Pai getting a nice pick on 45. That was clean. That was clutch. So we do have on Osteoporosis now Kibble Kid, 45 Auto, and Hedonite. Whereas on Suco de Laranja, we still have the same 3 Juggernauts. We got Pessoa, we got Risen, and we got Pai de Familia. 15 seconds till match, and now we're about to be underway. Now, normally, this match would have been a terrible pick for Suco de Laranja, considering I believe this is where they were absolutely, they got a big comeback done on them by Team Worldwide. Team Worldwide, so they're well known for using this map to its fullest advantage. But Worldwide is not in right now, and they're up against Osteoporosis, and in a commanding lead as well. It seems like Kibble Kid is trying to get on the train. Risen gets a nice pick on 45 auto. Seems like... Ooh, that was a clean sweep. Actually, no, it wasn't. No, there was a pick in there. Suco de Laranja takes yet another round. Risen, once again, top of their game. 2 beautiful kills. And this time, Hedda Knight showing up. Maybe the switch from Woomy to Hedda Knight was the momentum that Osteoporosis needed. And you're not going to see any punches being pulled by Suco de Laranja. They want that top seed. They want that better... Oh, beautiful headshots all around. A couple of missed shots here, allowing Hedda Knight to pick Pi de Familia. And once again, it's Kibble Kid being the survivor. Not a very good survivor. I must admit, Kibble Kid is a great player, but has no idea how to get away from trouble and regroup with the team. And unfortunately, that's going to keep biting them in the ass if Kibble Kid doesn't get out there and make some more aggressive plays early on. And here we have Hedda Knight coming out of the tunnels of terror. And there we go. Kibble Kid now the first one going down. Seems like Hedda Knight being left all alone. Kibble Kid picked once again. 45 auto gets a nice flank. Doesn't secure the kill on Risen, but a good flank nonetheless. Pi de Familia taking out Kibble Kid a third time. 45 auto on that beautiful flank. Almost got Pi de Familia. Oh, and 45 auto gets Pi de Familia with the kick, and now Hedda Knight needs to play as the survivor, who has got double pistol. And it looks like both teams are not together, actually. You'd think that Hedda Knight would want to hang back and have the other two check all the different corners for him and go after the other team. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Even with Pi de Familia trying to hunt down Hedda Knight. Unfortunately, this map pick seems to be the biggest bite in the ass for Osteoporosis, because Suco de Laranja is playing amazing on it. They know this map very well, and it seems like that's not the case for Osteoporosis. I think it's more a problem with communication between teammates. It seems like Hedda Knight wanted to group up beforehand, but all the teammates just decided to run away. And now here's where that might pay dividends. It seems like Hedda Knight, gets the pick actually on Risen. Maybe gets 2, and Hedda Knight clutches the round. And you have to think what's going through your mind as hyped Woomy, because you gave up your spot for Hedda Knight to be part of the team for this match. And Hedda Knight's been doing some work. Survivor, once again, needs to get away from the fight, because Hedda Knight is definitely in trouble. Ooh, setting up that barrel. Oh, and gets picked by Pi de Familia. Waited way too long on that barrel, even though he prepped it beforehand. Match point to Suco de Laranja. It seems like Osteoporosis is not getting the momentum they need. And this could just be a 2-game cleanup for Suco de Laranja if they're able to take this last one. and we see how reluctant Osteoporosis is to fight at all. They're not realizing that when they do this every time, Paidefamilia comes in for the kills. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to give that Peeker's advantage to Paidefamilia. You want to put the pressure on the wound right away. Alright, prepping the barrel once again. Any setup here? Placing it in the corner. Baiting the enemy team with the blue chest. And it seems like Pessoa might actually be coming to clutch that. They see them downstairs. They might fall victim to this old barrel trick. Takes 70 damage off the barrel, and a pistol shot from Hedonite will clutch the well, at least that engagement. And Risen goes down to 45 auto.
Get in and go home.
Osteoporosis now, putting on a little more pressure, playing smarter rather than harder. And now the pressure is on Suco de Laranja to clutch their final round. Suco de Laranja all grouped up, whereas Osteoporosis is on the same side of the map, but very spread thin. Hedonite setting up the barrel, but accidentally baiting Kibble Kid in the process. Picking Pessoa, getting the gun. And now it's time for Osteoporosis to try to find Risen and bring this to game point.
I see him!
And 45 auto finds that mare's leg headshot on Risen. Final round, game point for this map. All the pressure actually comes down to Osteoporosis now, because if they lose this, it's over. If they win this, Paidefamilia and Risen and Pessoa Insignificante get another shot. They get to play on Flood Rock. Ooh, and Hedonite with no meds really needs to be careful here. Low on whiskey, 45 auto goes down. Kibble Kid finally getting that pick on Pessoa after so many engagements. And now it's once again down to Risen. Hedonite setting up the barrel. So clean. So clean. If Hedonite goes down here, though, that's big. Yeah, he needs to run. He needs to heal. And Tunnels of Terror. Hedonite has some great Tunnels of Terror plays. And it's all down. And 45 auto takes Risen. This is huge. Because now, Osteoporosis has finally gotten a set against Suco de Laranja. They know what they're doing. And now, Flood Rock is coming in. For the first time, we're seeing if Flood Rock can make or break a team push. Props to Osteoporosis. They did come back in that. They did a complete reverse match point, bringing back the score to 3-3 and winning the final round. And welcome everyone again to the Fragonationals. We're on Flood Rock. We are on Flood Rock. And for this map, we have, once again, Osteoporosis versus Suco de Laranja. Suco de Laranja essentially took the first round with a huge victory. It seemed like it wasn't close at all. But then, right when it seemed they were going to do the same thing on Sweetwater, Osteoporosis came back, tied it up, and then won it 4-3. And now we're on the tiebreaker map, Flood Rock, which, not gonna lie, I think it was completely... I don't think people understood that the way they were banning, it was gonna make Flood Rock the final map. But nonetheless, it is the final map, and these teams better get used to it because this is exactly what they need to learn. They will be playing on this match for the next 4 to 7 rounds. There is a lot of very interesting back routes on this map. Quite a large map, considering the size of a couple of others. A lot of flanks. And a lot of verticality, which you don't see, open verticality. You don't see that on too many other maps. Maybe Fistful with the bank, and that's it. And it seems like we're going to get right on into it. Once again, Osteoporosis with Sorry, 45, and Hedonite, and Suco de Laranja with Pessoa, Risen, and Pai de Familia. 45 finds Pessoa right off the bat with that Mare's Leg. 45 auto has been a solid pick. They've been a solid fill. Playing pretty smart with the Mare's Leg.
Yeah.
Kibble and Pessoa have already gone down. And it looks like Pessoa might actually get the second pick. No. Hedonite comes in and stops them from killing 45 auto. Here are a couple of big issues we might come into. Lack of knowledge of the map, which goes into a couple categories. Peeking angles, whiskey locations, and ranges. As we saw there, 45 auto not ready for the close range engagement. Hedonite as the final survivor for Osteoporosis. Other things we're not going to see happen too much. Chests. I don't even think people know where the chests are located, let alone want to use them. Hedonite is low on health and needs whiskey bad. And Pai de Familia is the last vigilante left. The other team sees where Hedonite is. Osteoporosis seems where Pai de Familia is. But do they know how to get there? And Pai de Familia finds Hedonite. Beautiful coat navy shot. Suco de Laranja takes the first one. Now we understand the aggressive play style of Suco de Laranja now. And a map like this favors them heavily, because when you don't know enough about the map to form a cohesive strategy, you lose a lot of the spark that makes Osteoporosis such a dangerous team. Barrel spots, peak angles, all of those things that Hedonite can really make use of, or that Kibble can get a great flank out of. They really need to start pushing the boundaries of the map. Risen gets picked, but Pessoa finds 45. And once again, it's down to Hedonite, who's at 47 health and gets headshot by a Mare's Leg at close range. 2-0 to Pai de Familia and Suco de Laranja. And where we were seeing a lot of strategic plays by Risen and Hedonite and 45. Ooh, Hedonite gets that trade there with Pessoa. And now Hedonite needs to play a little aggressive. But normally when we saw those more strategic players getting their licks in. Ooh. And Pai de Familia and Pessoa Insignificante find that final kill, getting both Kibble Kid and 45 auto. Suco de Laranja at match point. And we see right now that instead of those more strategic players, we see the heavy fraggers getting those kills. Hedonite gets the trade, but puts his team at a disadvantage. It seems like Kibble is the last alive. And Kibble needs to be very careful. Not exactly playing like a survivor right now. Oh, never mind. It's 45 Auto who's a survivor. Kibble Kid is playing very aggressive. Good on Kibble Kid. That messed me up. And it's all down to if they can find Risen right now. If they can't get Risen in close quarters, it's going to be the end of Osteoporosis in this set. Hedda Knight moving fast. 45 Auto trying to get the flank. Still doesn't quite know the map. And he finds Risen, and it looks like... Ooh, Hedda Knight finds Risen. It's not going to be a 3-0, but Osteoporosis needs to ride this wave. And the more we play, the more strategies we're going to see. More of a comeback is going to mount, but will it be enough to completely stunt them? Ooh, fair pick there. 45 Auto finding Risen early on. Kibble Kid taking the bullet for his team. Beautiful play by Kibble Kid, putting himself right there. Ooh, and Pessoa finds the kill on Kibble again. And Risen gets the last on Hedda Knight. It is game. Suco de Laranja has taken another victory over Osteoporosis. Osteoporosis looking very strong.